Joining me live now is New South Wales Opposition Leader Mark Speakman. Mark, thanks for your time tonight. Firstly, it was a very dark day in the state's history yesterday. How hard do you think this is hitting the state and the nation?
Well, I think you can see from the outpouring of grief right across New South Wales, concentrated in Bondi Junction, but right across New South Wales, that it is hitting the community hard. I think it's just unimaginable for all of us that you could be going about an ordinary Saturday afternoon, doing what should be a safe and innocent thing, shopping in your local shopping complex, and this horror unfolds. So I think the vulnerability of all of us that it could happen in such an innocent, safe location, I think has shocked the state. But I think we will come through this. Obviously, if you've been directly impacted, you're going to be scarred for the rest of your life as a loved one of these victims. But I think if there is a tiny bit of silver lining, it's the way the community has come together in the last 24 hours to support each other. And I hope to support the grieving families and the first responders, those who are traumatised by what they've seen in the days, months and indeed years ahead.
That is so important. And in terms of the government's response, the state government's response, what do you make of it so far? If you were Premier, would you be doing anything differently?
Well, look, to my observation so far, the response of the state government and its agencies has been entirely appropriate. It's just extraordinary that we could have paramedics and police on the scene so quickly at Westfield yesterday. Just an extraordinary rapid response, and I think so far the government has handled this quite appropriately. I was down at Bondi Junction this afternoon. The police chaplain was there, salvos were there, but importantly there were people in identifiable uniforms, I guess, mental health clinicians offering support to people as well. So it's really important that those who've been directly or indirectly traumatised have that support. It's also important too that the first responders get that support. I mean, just imagine you're in a shopping centre or you're in your police station, and 2 or 3 minutes later, as we saw, you've got to shoot someone dead to save so many lives. That must traumatise people and must traumatise the first responders. And it's extraordinarily important that they get the mental health support and the post-stress trauma counselling that they deserve. But so far, look, I can't fault the government's response.
Okay, and just quickly, in terms of the mental health crisis that's gripping the state and also the nation, do you think this tragedy shines a light on that?
Well, I think it shines a light probably on how prevalent mental health issues are in our community. I don't know whether it would have been possible to have predicted what this perpetrator did. He was known to have mental health problems, but he wasn't known to be violent. And I just don't know how you can uncover the risk that people like that face. He didn't have a criminal history. Yes, he seemed to have a fascination with knives, but apparently not in a way that it ever involved any criminal offence. So it may be very hard to detect these people, but what we've got to do in the days, weeks, months and years ahead is make sure that we are doing everything we possibly can to identify risk, not to stigmatise people with mental illness. The vast majority of people with mental illness are not violent, but wherever we can to identify the avoidable risks. That will be an ongoing challenge.
It's a big job for authorities. Mark Speakman, thanks for your time this evening.
Thanks, Ashley.